Yo, what up, guys? It's Donnie. Man, I was about to go to sleep, and I was thinking about tonight's game. I'm like, what can I say? Because something is it's bothering me, you know. And I've gotten to realize that there are three problems here. There's three problems with the Knicks right now. Problem number one: there are players who are honestly not at the level that we need them to be in order to develop them. One, two. The young players that we have will never get to the next level with the coach that we have, Tom Thibodeau. Three, Julius Randle is a problem, but we can't play without him, but he is also the problem. He's part of the problem, but we can't play without him. That's what I'm getting out of tonight. And why is that important? Let's go to the Randall fact first because I think everybody made a big deal about this one. I think Thibodeau came out, basically threw some shade at Obi, talking about, oh well, you see, this is what happens. When you're asking people to step up, right? Because now people wanted a starter, Julius Randle to be out, and now he's out, and now Obi, gets to play more minutes, and he didn't really do. Look, man, Tom Thibodeau is a horrible coach. I am sick and tired of him. I'm sick and tired of Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau is the worst in so many ways because, when you think about it, the way he rotates the team impacts how many minutes certain players get, how players get their feel for the game. And let's be honest, Obi is still developing. This is probably the first time you even gave him a position like that, this year. Tom Thibodeau is a horrible coach, guys. Let's make no mistake here. Tom Thibodeau is not a good coach. If you're talking about a young guy that's trying to find his way into the NBA, he's basically being blocked by his own coach. And then when a player goes down who's a starter, now he's saying, well, go ahead, you go do it, because that's what everybody else wants you to do. See, you couldn't do it. Putting him out there, throwing him out there to the wolves. Tom Thibodeau needs to go. Tom Thibodeau needs to go. Tom Thibodeau needs to go. Too much young talent on this team for Tom Thibodeau to be coaching the way he is. He's not a good coach. What's Tom Thibodeau done? Like, he won the coach of the year because the team overachieved and played pretty well. But if I look at this team is the same team. It's the same team. It's the minus really Reggie Bullock. It's the same team. And we can't even beat the weaker COVID beaten teams now. We're not even beating OKC. You know what I'm saying? We're not beating weaker teams anymore. No, this is not right. It's not right. And that brings me to my next point. There are guys on this team, and I'm gonna just call them out. Guys like RJ Barrett, who look, man. I believe that RJ Barrett, like if you look at RJ Barrett's body and really his frame as a basketball NBA player, you know, is almost perfect for his position. Yet he doesn't have enough of it as far as just his feel for the game. He made some nice passes today, don't get me wrong. But I'm not high on RJ Barrett, bro. I'm not high on him. I don't think this whole notion that we said that we wanted RJ to lead the team. So I'm no, I'm not going with that. I'm not. I'm sorry. I think actually the best course of action. I think the best course of action is to get a different coach and let's reintroduce basketball principles of how we want the team to be run. And then let Julius Randle adjust his game to that. Let RJ Barrett adjust his game to that. I think that's the best course of action. I don't think RJ is in any mind state to be the leader of this team. He can have nice performances here and there, but we have no leader right now. It's not RJ. It's not uh, Julius Randle either. There's no real leader now until guys consistently come to the game and actually show that they want to play. Because sometimes I feel like we've been defeated after the first quarter, you know. But I just feel deep down, I feel that what's happening is Tom Thibodeau is setting players up to fail. Tom Thibodeau, I think I made a video like that before, and people were laughing and didn't believe me. But I think that Tom Thibodeau is setting these players up to fail. And somebody, there has to be people in the organization that can see this, because it's not fair to expect second year, first year players to come out and all of a sudden have incredible games, which they've shown in spurts. Grimes, McBride have shown in spurts, but you cannot expect them to all of a sudden lead these teams to victory when your own rotation doesn't complement the youth. It's complementing guys like Kemba Walker, you know, who I think has a decent game, but I think he's better off going somewhere else. You know, I think it's complimenting the older guys. It's complimenting your Julius Randle, who's considered an older player. You know, who in reality, Randle doesn't get much out of this system anyway. A lot of empty stats for him. It's not making the team any better, and he's not interested in that. You can tell. Body language is awful. Body language is awful from Randle all the time. You got guys like Quickly who have regressed because they don't fit in Tom Thibodeau's rotation. I don't know where I fit Quickly now. Quickly is just kind of dribbling the basketball like he's in the park and shooting random jump shots. There's no structure to Quickly's game. Mitchell Robinson didn't play tonight. Some of these guys have COVID restrictions, and Nerlens Noel. Same. I don't know if he was out with COVID, but he didn't play. Jericho Sims didn't play, so we really didn't have a center. Taj Gibson was in the middle. You know how that goes. Taj Gibson can do a job, but it's not his job to be a starting center all the time. Kevin Knox, disappointing. But then again, it goes back to just not being in the rotation. Being set up for failure by Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau is setting these players up, man. It's wrong. It's wrong. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think off the top of my head, guys like Alec Burks who are somewhere in between of being a starter and not a starter. Alec Burks has probably been one of the more consistent players. You know what I'm saying? But he's not being allowed the proper minutes. Move him to shooting guard if you know that he's a shooting guard, because he's not going to be a point guard. He's never been a point guard. It doesn't work. In fact, you're taking the development of the point guard position away from other guards. If you want Kemba to start, fine. But if you feel like a guy like a McBride maybe or somebody else could run that position, then you do that. You don't go and move a shooting guard to the point guard position because he's been more consistent. That's Tom Thibodeau's thinking. Tom Thibodeau isn't thinking. Tom Thibodeau is not doing the basic things as a coach. He's calling random timeouts. He doesn't really call any plays for any players. Tom Thibodeau needs to get the hell out of here. He needs to get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? That brings me to Evan Fournier, who had a pretty decent shooting night, but empty. If there's no team chemistry, these stats are empty stats. He hit like a step back three, which is not a game, but he hit it. It's not his game usually, but he hit it. I think Fournier can be useful, though. You have to be realistic with what you can do even next year. Some of these guys are going to have to stay around, but I think you just need to develop a different system around them. Different system will bring a lot of success to this next team. It feels hopeless because the guys who are leading the ship aren't trying to drive the ship. They're just letting the ship sink. Tom Thibodeau is the main driver of this. He's letting this ship sink. We used to be one of the best teams in the league in defense. Look at us now. Same team. It's the same team. It's damn near same team minus Reggie Bullock. You cannot tell me, because Reggie Bullock ain't no all-star. Reggie Bullock affected the game this much. Even though, yes, he was very good for us. But it wasn't only him. It was a team effort, and that spirit has gone. Ship has sailed. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point where I was about to go to sleep, and I'm like, this is the problem. It is Tom Thibodeau. Derrick Rose is not going to be here for a while. You know what I'm saying? He's not even going to be able to save us. It's obvious. Julius Randle is part of the problem sometimes, but we can't play without him. RJ Barrett cannot be the leader, but we believe that he has talent. I don't think he'll be a number one guy, but I think we can work with him. But what needs to happen here? There needs to be a change of the system of this team. The system of this team is setting up. It's crazy how the system that we have now is setting up everybody for failure, from the rookies to role players to even starters. If we adjusted people's minutes to the point where we got some type of flow and we have more structure in our team, you'd be surprised how we would turn 15-point deficits to 2 and actually win games at the end. The problem here is Tom Thibodeau. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. The less players we have to play, the more obvious it becomes. Now he wants to throw people under the bus in the press conference like he's somehow established himself as the guy who's gonna pretty much tear all these young guys apart. I'm not standing for that. I'm not standing for that. Tom Thibodeau, you need to go. You need to go. You need to go. I can't take it anymore. It's not even there are too many young guys on this team. We have witnessed so many times that the second unit outperforms the first unit. What does that tell you? That tells you that this guy, Tom Thibodeau, does not have his rotation in order. And even with the facts, he still doesn't do it. He still doesn't do it with the facts. On paper, the plus minuses the other day were almost like 25. Like, you remember, what game was that? It was like plus 20 for some players. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. This is like 3 games ago. I forgot who he played. It's crazy. No, it's crazy. No, this is the problem. Tom Thibodeau is the problem. As much as you don't want to like Randall, as much as you don't think that RJ's the guy, like I say sometimes, those two are going to have to learn to play together in a different system. It's the system that the players are being forced to play in. It's not only their players, it's not only the play style, it's the system that these players are trying. You're forcing. It's like when whatchamacallit was the coach, Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson was trying to run the triangle offense with players who are nowhere near Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, you name it. You know, nowhere near the quality, or even Kobe, Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near the quality. You know, this is not even a quality issue; it's a system issue. You know, we have talent on the team, but the talent is not fitting with the system that Tom Thibodeau is trying to implement. 13 minutes long now we're going on this rant, and I'm not even done. I can't even sleep. I couldn't sleep. I just woke up. I said, I'm sick and tired of this. Something is wrong with this team, and this is what it is. It's Tom Thibodeau. Believe me. Get rid of this guy. Bring in any coach you want from Europe, anywhere else, and just implement a regular basketball system, and we will start winning games. 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 At this rate, I promise you, we will go nowhere. Not even a play-in, and I'm not a fan of the play-in. And you need to seriously evaluate if you're part of the front office staff what you want to do here, because I don't think you can go another season like this. You went from making the playoffs last year to not even being close. And to be honest with you, there's too much talent to be losing the way we are. And we've been lucky with COVID, and we're still losing. We're facing some weak teams. Some of them that we lost, and some of them we just about barely won. What's your boy Don, man? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm not even talking about trades. I'm talking about the system. The system needs to change. The system. Change the system. Change the coach. Then utilize Randall in the best way possible. RJ in the best way possible. Fournier in the best way possible. Hiding his defense. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell Robinson in the best way possible. Obi Toppin in the best way possible for the talent and the skills that they have. And then see what you can do. That's my take on the whole team now. That's my main take on the whole team. I don't care anymore if I don't think RJ Barrett is going to be an all-star, this and that. It's not even important for me. For me, it's important that RJ plays in the best system possible with the best structure around him. Same thing for Julius Randle. I think that's what they need. They need better They need better structure. The structure needs to change. That's your boy Don. Like, comment, subscribe, enjoy this video. Ranting. See y'all next time, man. Peace. I'm out.